December 1st. Oh, wow. It's December 1st. Welcome to December. November is over. We have 1 month and 20 days until Donald Trump is officially in office, and we are done with this Biden-Harris administration bullshit we've been stuck with for the last 4 years. So I'm extremely excited about that. It's a good day to be alive. So let's just get into all the random stuff that I want to talk about today. Number one, I appreciate you guys being here. I hope everybody had a good Saturday. You're having a good Sunday so far. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, I don't know, read my lips. I don't know. I want to start off with the fact that Donald Trump has officially announced who is taking over for the FBI, because there was a lot of talk about who he was going to pick, what was going to happen, things like that. And I know for a fact that some people will be extremely happy and some people will be upset about who was picked. I will say that right now, it seems to be more happy than upset that he has picked Kash Patel to serve as the next director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is Donald Trump's post. I'm going to read it to you in case you haven't seen it yet, just so you know. It says, I am proud to announce that Kash Patel will serve as the next director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. Kash is a brilliant lawyer, side note, who has tried more cases than Kamala Harris ever did, but let's continue on. A brilliant lawyer, investigator, and America First fighter who has spent his career exposing corruption, defending justice, and protecting the American people. He played a pivotal role in uncovering the Russia hoax, standing as an advocate for truth, accountability, and the Constitution. Kash did an incredible job during my first term, where he served as Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense, Deputy Director of National Intelligence, and Senior Director for Counterterrorism at the National Security Council. Kash has also tried over 60 jury trials. Again, way more than Kamala Harris has ever done. This FBI will end the growing crime epidemic in America, dismantle the migrant criminal gangs, and stop the evil scourge, I don't know how to say that word, of human and drug trafficking across the border. Kash will work under our great Attorney General, Pam Bondi, who we talked about last week, to bring back fidelity, bravery, and integrity to the FBI. Y'all see what he did there? Fidelity, bravery, integrity, FBI. I saw what he did there. So that is what is happening right now. So for those of you who are kind of curious what Kash Patel is all about, let me see, how long is this video? Well, this video is 26 minutes long, so we're not going to do that. But this is from Truth Justice over on X. This is Kash Patel, in case you guys haven't seen who he is. He will be taking over basically for, what's his name, Christopher Wray, who many people do not like Christopher Wray to begin with. He has been, I feel like he has allowed everything that has gone on negative through the FBI so far. So I'm glad he will be gone. He's already said he was going to leave, everything else. But let's listen to this. This is what Truth Justice said. He said, Trump's FBI director, Kash Patel, says he will shut down, this is the important part, shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopen it the next day as a museum of the deep state. This is why right now, the left, the Democrats, the libtards, the whatever we want to call them, the woke morons over on the wrong side of patriotism, they are having a complete meltdown over the fact that Kash Patel was picked, right? Because they know that he is going to go after the deep state. He's been about it from day one. He wants to expose everybody, the Epstein list, the Diddy list, numerous other things. So right now you have CNN, MSNBC, The View, I'm sure tomorrow are going to lose their ever-loving cackling like hag minds, whatever they are. They're going to go crazy about this. But this is what this says here. Listen. He wants to release the Epstein and Diddy list, saying people like Bill Gates are lobbying to hide it. There are so many conversations I want to have about Bill Gates. Every single time I try to have one, YouTube shuts it down. So just FYI, weird little plug here, but Patreon, my husband and I have a Patreon. It's completely free to join over there. Tons and tons of stuff. Everything that I want to talk about Bill Gates and food related and RFK Jr. related health wise, it's going to have to go over there, because right now, this platform is still under the leftist control, their thumb, and they are not allowing certain conversations to be had without slapping me on the wrist. I get 3 of those slaps and they take my channel away completely. So the unedited, unfiltered, honest to goodness truth conversation about our food and Bill Gates it's got to go either on X, where I will also be posting and going live over there on these conversations, and over on Patreon. Both are absolutely free to go over and watch and join and whatever else, just as a heads up, because there's a lot I have to say. Anyway, back to Kash Patel. Says he will take these 7,000 employees that work in the FBI Hoover building and send them across America to chase down criminals, which is basically what their effing job is anyway, right? He discusses what the deep state is and how he's going to take a wrecking ball to it. That's kind of a Miley Cyrus reference there. The deep state is made up of many entities, including the, not surprised here, World Economic Forum. Let's see, and where'd I go? The intelligence agencies, the mainstream media, and thousands of others, which again are why they are all losing their minds today. He recommends that President Trump strip all security clearances away from the 51 intelligence officers and many others who use their security clearances to make millions of dollars from the American public while committing fraud and lying to the world. He himself was secretly investigated and targeted by the FBI director, Christopher Wray, and the DOJ for bringing to their attention the Russiagate hoax corruption. He will recommend to President Trump to set up a 24/7 declassification office in order to release files to the American public, such as the JFK files, the 9/11 files, because the deep state uses classification of evidence to hide and cover up their corruption and crimes. We know there is a lot more behind 9/11 than they are willing to tell us and they have ever told us, which again is why I think they've been trying to keep Donald Trump out of office. Not because they didn't want to make America great again, but because they didn't want America to know all of the shady, underhanded stuff that has happened under past presidents and is still going on under current administration. They want to hide it. And Donald Trump is like, no. Air all the laundry, air everything. Everything needs to be out there. We, the people, have a right to know exactly what is going on in our country with our government, because guess what? The government's supposed to work for us, not against us. And currently we have a government system that works against us every single day in every single way humanly possible. And Donald Trump is not for that, right? He promises to prosecute and investigate all those involved in the various crimes in the last 8 years that have torn America apart. Last 8 years, meaning even under Donald Trump's first term. So you have to understand that Kash Patel and Donald Trump himself, they are not picking and choosing, oh, well, under this presidency, but not under that presidency or whatever else. Everybody is fair game. Nobody is immune, right? It says here, he will take additional steps to end the deep state in America and restore the judicial and law enforcement system that should be based upon upholding the U.S. Constitution and not be used as a weapon against the American people or any political opponent, which is what they're having issues with right now. There was some MSNBC panel, I think it was, or it might have been CNN, I don't know, 2 dudes and a lady, I think, who were having this conversation about how everybody Donald Trump is picking, they are Donald Trump loyalists, right? What I hear is they are America first. When you say a Donald Trump loyalist, I hear America first. I hear somebody who is patriotic and who wants the best for this country and for the citizens of this country, right? That's not what the left wants. That's not what these woke libtards want. They want what is best for them and their pocketbooks and screw the people, right? You have them talking about how Donald Trump is picking a cabinet that are going to be loyal to him and are going to go after the people who have done wrong over the last 4 years. And they're saying it like it's a bad thing. And they're saying that like Donald Trump picking the people he believes would be best for his cabinet are him picking his friends and whatever else. What the hell do they think Joe Biden did? You think Joe Biden got in there and picked people that he thought would be better for Republicans? No, he picked people that were going to go with his agenda, or Obama's agenda, really, and Nancy Pelosi's agenda, and Chuck Schumer, and what's-her-face, Hillary Clinton. That's who they picked. But did you see them talking shit about Joe Biden 4 years ago when he was picking his cabinet? No, of course not, because it went for helping them money launder, get people in power that shouldn't have been there, open up the borders so they could have easier child trafficking and sex trafficking and everything else. But now because Donald Trump is coming in and picking a cabinet that is better for the people, suddenly they have a problem with how the cabinets are being picked. Very shitty right there. So he says the deep state is terrified of the Trump administration because of the truth that it will reveal, but a drastic reformation of government must take place in order to restore America to its greatness and bring the power back to the people where it belongs, which is what we've talked about for months over here. The fact that you could see easily during the campaign during the leading up until the election, you could easily see who was for what. You could tell that the left was for the left only, and Donald Trump is for the people, even if they happen to be woke libtards, even if they happen to be mentally insane because they think they're a boy trapped in a girl's body or vice versa. It is evident to me that the people that Donald Trump is picking are picking. People are picking. That, I don't know which way you're supposed to. The people Donald Trump is picking or the people Donald Trump are picking. No, is picking sounds right. Anyway, not the point. You can tell that they are going to be best for everybody, whether you are Republican or Democrat, conservative, libtard, whatever. It's the best for the country. The country is comprised of all of us, the woke, the non-woke, the conservative, the lack of morals ones. Like every single person that makes up this country is who Donald Trump is for. Yes, let's be perfectly honest here. He does not agree with a lot of the things that the left pushes, but that doesn't mean he's not going to do his best to ensure that they live a safe, happy, healthy life, right? When you close the border, it's not just helping Republicans and conservatives stay safe. It's helping the Democrats and the woke liberals stay safe as well. When you get rid of these people who are coming in and taking American jobs, it's not only helping Republicans and conservatives, it's helping every single person out there. Whereas under a Kamala Harris, Tim Walz regime, we would have had it where everything they did was to hurt Republicans and conservatives and only help their side. It was plain as day, and which is why I think even a lot of people who claim to be Democrats or woke or whatever ended up voting for Donald Trump at the end, because even they knew that under Kamala Harris, Tim Walz administration, it was not going to be the best for the country. Yes, it may have helped them along with whatever agenda they had, which is, boys using girls' bathrooms and being in girls' sports and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they would have had to watch their country burn while those things happen. So we had more people voting for Donald Trump than anybody expected, because more people care about the country as a whole than they realize, right? So that's that. I'm going to put a link to this Kash Patel interview in the pinned comment when this is all said and done. As long as I remember, y'all might have to remind me at some point. So you can see it, because again, it's 26 minutes long, but it's worth watching so you can get kind of an idea and a feel of who this man is, how he talks, what he thinks. There's no script here. It's just a conversation. So I want you guys to see that a little bit later, and we'll do that. Now the other person though, before we do that, let's do this. I just want to show you this because I think it's funny. I saw this from Paratrooper Brady on X. I didn't listen to it. I only watched it. So who knows what the audio is going to be, but I want you guys to see this. See if you can read it too. Oh, I can't do the audio. It'll demonetize my video, but it's like how my family hoped I would arrive to Thanksgiving, like in a dress with a casserole bowl. And here she comes in on the shoulders of Trump, holding a bottle of wine, wearing her Make America Great Again hat. I just thought that was hilarious, because depending on your family, they either got a kick out of it or they tried to make you leave and never come back. It just depends, right? But I thought that was a hilarious video. I just wanted to share with you guys. Anyway, back to where we were. So the other pick that Donald Trump made, some people are not very happy with. Last name Kushner, just so we're all aware. If I can find my little tab here so I can give you all the correct information and nothing incorrect. Y'all know I don't want to give you the wrong info on anything. Did I not save this? I know I saved it. Hold on. We're almost there. We are almost there. And no, I did not save it. It's in a screenshot. That's why. So let's just look this up real fast. Charles Kushner, is that his name? Jared Kushner's dad? No. Y'all, I'm having a moment this morning. I am sleepy. I'm kind of dizzy today. I woke up with, I guess, sinusy stuff. Like my face feels extra, my face feels extra like water gain weight. And I feel like Jabba the Hutt, and I'm kind of dizzy, and it's annoying as all get out, but it is what it is. We're still going to have these conversations no matter how I'm feeling. No, that's not it. Y'all, I'm trying to find it. I thought I was 100% fully prepared. Obviously, I'm not. Oh, here's another thing on the Kash Patel. This is what DC Drano posted that I wanted to share with you. He goes, I don't think people realize what Kash Patel will do as FBI director. Epstein client list released. Diddy party list released, deep state criminals indicted, human trafficking cartels dismantled. This is going to be biblical, which again is why even I am excited about Kash Patel being in, y'all, I'm being in the cabinet. Where is this thing with Kushner? Come on now. I know we can do this. My brain isn't really braining the way it's supposed to today, but y'all, it's not working. I can't find the Kushner information that I was looking for, and that's going to bother me. Just chill for 2 seconds. Let me find this latest. We can do this. I know we can do this. Just work with me. What is happening on behind me? X is not letting me look it up at all. Like, I don't understand what's happening over here. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Jared Kushner. Okay. Jared Kushner. Is he not going to post the thing? I have no idea what's happening. Y'all, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's a live stream. There's always going to be a setback every once in a while in a live stream. And this is the one that we've come across because I can't find the information right now. And I'm having brain farts like crazy. So it is what it is. We'll get to Joe Rogan in a second then. How about that? We'll go that route unless I can find this. No. When you just get on X and start scrolling, you see the funniest things. Here's a crying Obama. So yes. So Charles, what's his name? Charles Kushner is Jared Kushner's father. He is now the ambassador to France, but I did keep that part. Hold on. I did keep that part. Where is it? Oh, y'all, I am half retarded today. It's fine. I had a bookmark, but I just kept going past it. It's fine. Bear with me, y'all. Donald Trump says, I am pleased to nominate Charles Kushner of New Jersey to serve as the U.S. ambassador to France. All right. He is a tremendous business leader, philanthropist, and deal maker who will be a strong advocate representing our country and its interests. Charlie is the founder and chairman of Kushner Companies, one of the largest and most successful privately held real estate firms in the nation. He was recognized as New Jersey Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young, appointed to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council, and served as a commissioner, a chairman, and chairman of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, as well as on the boards of our top institutions, including NYU. Congratulations to Charlie, his wonderful wife, Cyril, their 4 children and 14 grandchildren. His son, Jared, worked closely with me in the White House, in particular on Operation Warp Speed, criminal justice reform, and the Abraham Accords. Together, we will strengthen America's partnership with France, our oldest ally and one of our greatest. Now, I remember reading this and I was thinking France, one of our oldest allies, whatever else, but France and the UK right now, or a couple of days ago, were willing to send troops into Ukraine against the wishes of the US, I think is how it went. And I'm like, how are we allies if they're like not trying to be on board with us? So anyway, but I saw that. But here's where a lot of people are having a problem with good old Charlie Kushner here. Yes, he is the father of Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump. He got the executive grant of clemency from Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, however many years ago, on his convictions of, make sure I get this right. Hold on. I don't want to give you guys wrong information. You all know how this works. So it says here, okay, Trump named Jared Kushner's father, Charles Kushner, as the new ambassador to France. The same Charles Kushner that Trump pardoned for hiring a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law so he could blackmail his sister. He was also convicted of tax evasion, witness tampering, and illegal campaign contributions. And then they say getting tired of winning, right? So obviously this is somebody who's not a Donald Trump fan. But I don't know enough about Charles Kushner to know if this is a good pick or a bad pick. And my brain is telling me it's the same kind of thought process for me as Marco Rubio, maybe, where it could be good, but it could be bad. This could be his way of bringing somebody in order to get them out of whatever positions they are in so he can move new people into other positions or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's like he's family with him. So a lot of people are not happy with the nepotism part of it. I don't know how it's all going to work out. I don't have enough knowledge of Charles Kushner to know, like I said, if this is good or bad, which is why we're having this conversation. A lot of times you guys have more knowledge on certain topics. And so in the comment section here in the live stream or afterwards, you guys will help educate all of us at the same time on why this could be good or this could be bad. And a lot of people right now are saying bad pick on him. And I have to wonder if this is one of those other chess moves by Donald Trump, because we know that he plays chess. He plays chess. He plays chess, and the moves that he is making at the end of the day may have better impacts than we are expecting. So that's one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, because I don't know how I feel about that one, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure you'd already seen it, but I just wanted to give you that little bit of information. So here's the part that I wanted to show you. Joe Rogan. This is Zelensky. For those of you who don't know, Zelensky was an actor before he was the leader of Ukraine. Look at that shimmy. Look at that shimmy right there. I noticed Twig and Berry is not moving. Very small twig, very little berries maybe. But to be that close up to it and not really see much of a movement, that's interesting to me. Anyway, so according to this is Joe Rogan posted this. Joe Rogan podcast posted this. Joe Rogan rejects Ukrainian President Zelensky's request to be on his podcast. I was like, OMG. To me, when you have the balls and ability to tell a world leader, nah, brah, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need you on my podcast. We're good. It's all gravy over here. We're Gucci. Whatever word you want to use. I don't need you. All you're going to do is come on here and try to kiss the ass of the American people after, taking billions upon billions of our dollars and try to make it seem like it was okay because now you want your little seat in NATO. No. This whole thing with him being like, you know what, Russia, it's cool. I'll let you have the land you want, but I want that seat in NATO that you don't want me to have. Russia doesn't want Ukraine to have any kind of seat in NATO. I think, according to what I've been seeing here, we don't want Ukraine to have any kind of part of NATO. It's a whole kerfuffle, if you will. I'm going to do more investigative work on that to really, truly understand that whole entire thing so I can bring that to you later. But again, the fact that Joe Rogan can say, one, no to Kamala Harris on picking up and going to wherever she is so that she would be on his podcast. He was like, I'm not doing all that shit. You either come to me or we don't talk. It is what it is, right? And now Zelensky's like, hey, bro, let me be on your podcast. I think it'd be great. And Joe Rogan's like, how about you go F yourself because I have zero interest. Big fan. I would love to see Joe Rogan somehow, some way, in some capacity of the Trump administration, or to take over one of these left-leaning, like if Elon Musk actually does go buy MSNBC, because I'm pretty sure it's for sale for like a little bit of dollars, right? And Elon Musk could just pull that out his butt and hand it over and buy up MSNBC. It would be amazing to get rid of all those woke morons over there. What's her name? Mika Brzezinski? I think that's how you say her last name. Joe Scarborough. Get rid of Rachel Maddow. Get rid of all these libtards that cry all day long and just give Joe Rogan that platform. Bro, I'd be watching MSNBC all day long and I would be proud of it. I'd be rocking an MSNBC hat because it would be a Joe Rogan MSNBC and that would make it worth it to me. So Joe Rogan doing that, I thought was absolutely amazing. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys, because it made me think of the whole podcast thing, is I know I saved it. Come on, you can do this, Michelle. I saved this one somewhere where, remember how Kamala Harris went on the Call Her Daddy podcast? And it turns out that I guess I just don't save shit anymore. Like, where is everything? Y'all, I'm losing my effing mind and it's perfectly fine. It happens. I'm 42. This is that pre-perimenopause bullshit that women have to deal with. Why men want to be women during certain times, I don't understand. Oh, wait, it's because they would never go through it because they don't have the same chromosomes or the uterus or the hormones or anything else. Never mind. We'll continue on. The Kamala Harris, she went on the Call Me Daddy podcast with that chick, right? And that girl was paid like $1 million or something like stupid like that for Kamala Harris to be on her podcast. She got paid to do it. It wasn't like she was just gonna do it. She got paid to do it. She didn't have to pay Kamala Harris to be on the podcast. None of that. She got paid, right? Kamala Harris's campaign also spent almost $1 million to build out the set where they wanted it, which is why she wanted Joe Rogan to do the same thing. She's like, well, Call Me Daddy did it. So they built out the set for that podcast. And the girl who does the podcast, I don't even know her name because I don't really care. She went to wherever Kamala Harris wanted to be. They built out the whole entire set to look like her normal her normal podcast setup, and it didn't even get 1 million views. Like, it got barely any views compared to all this chick's other podcasts, because you know what? Nobody gave a flying F about Kamala Harris. They didn't before the elections. They didn't during the elections. And they sure as shit don't care about her anymore after the elections. Like, everything's over. And she's out there yesterday with good old Dougie at some bookstore buying up some books or whatever else. And they walk out and she's waving to people, and Dougie's waving to people like anybody gives two craps about them. There's like 4 photographers there. That was it. Nobody cared that Kamala Harris was walking out of a bookstore or that Doug Emhoff was next to her. Oh, here it is. Look, this is it. They're walking out of this bookstore and they're waving, and it's like, who are they waving at? Do you see a crowd? Do you see anybody? There's like some guy in a yellow and blue jacket over there taking her picture. And that's it. Nobody gives two craps about Kamala Harris and Dougie anymore. Anyway, that's that. I just wanted to show you because I thought it was stupid. They're still trying to be relevant, but they're not. And here's the podcast thing I was talking about. Alex Cooper, that's her name. Influencer Alex Cooper called the decision to interview Harris a no-brainer after the vice president's campaign paid 6 figures. I over-exaggerated. I said 1 million. Paid 6 figures to build the set for a podcast episode, which ended up having fewer than 1 million YouTube views. That's the one I was talking about. She paid to have this set built out wherever it was that she had it done, and it still did not even bring in any views, which I thought was absolutely hilarious, as it should be. What is this? Kash Patel. Okay, we got that. We did the Kash Patel thing. Don't want to do that. My family's waiting on me so we can go eat breakfast, but I wanted to see you guys first, so I told them to hang out and be cool. There's a naked RFK Jr. in the background of Cheryl Hines, if anybody's curious. We never get to see what RFK is packing. We don't know what his twig and berries is looking like, but he's back there naked behind his wife while she's doing some face cream ad. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you for no apparent reason. Oh, here was the other one. Trump picks Florida Sheriff Chad Cronister for DEA administrator. A lot of people are going to be happy with that one. This is on the Washington Examiner. Trump picks Florida Sheriff Chad Cronister for DEA administrator. Says here, he announced it last night, Saturday night, that Sheriff Chad Cronister is his pick to be the next administrator for the Drug Enforcement Administration. Trump pointed to Chad's service in Tampa, Florida, which, you know, I've been to Tampa a couple times. I don't try to go there on purpose. I just happen to end up there every once in a while. And then I'm like, whew, I don't want to be here anymore. He's been sheriff in Hillsborough County, and he has a record of keeping his community safe. This is what Donald Trump put on Truth Social last night. He says, I am pleased to nominate Sheriff Chad Cronister for administrator of the Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA. For over 32 years, Sheriff Chad Cronister has served the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and received countless commendations and awards for keeping his community safe. In the role, Trump said Cronister will work with his pick for Attorney General, which is Pam Bondi, to secure the border, stop the flow of fentanyl and other illegal drugs across the southern border, and save lives. Cronister was appointed to lead the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office in 2017 by Rick Scott, who was the governor back then before DeSantis, and was twice reelected by voters to serve in the position. And that's him, if you guys want to see a better picture of him. That is the guy who is going to be over the DEA. And the reason I bring this up when he's talking about fentanyl and stuff, because we have a lot of that crossing the border with all these illegal immigrants, is because I want to show you this here. Come on, I just saw you. Where'd you go? Here it is. So according to this is Ann Vandersteel reposted this, and she says, donate these buildings to homeless veterans. According to John Lefevre, I don't know how to say his name. The federal government has 14,000 empty buildings with $2 billion in annual maintenance and utilities. On top of this, federal agencies use only 25% of existing capacity, and yet still waste $5 billion leasing other more desirable office spaces. Here's the little graph, whatever. Here's my issue with that. I saw that and my very first thought was, you have this same government who has all their open government buildings. Nobody's in them. Nothing's happening in them. They're still having to pay the lease, whatever, on them. They're still having to pay the insurance on them. They're paying the electric bills, the water bills, everything else on them. Yet they're also paying hotels like the Roosevelt Hotel in New York, millions upon millions of dollars to house illegal immigrants. Why the fuck don't they just put them in these government buildings? If you really want all these illegal immigrants here and you want them to have some warm place to stay with a roof over their head and something they can sleep on, put them in your government buildings. Why are we taking up hotels in cities, Chicago being one of them, New York being others? Why are we taking up hotels? Why are we kicking kids out of schools? New York had to do that. They had to close down a school. The kids had to do homeschool for like 2 or 3 days because they needed to use that school for the illegal immigrants to come in and hang out in the cafeteria and the gym and everything else. Why didn't you send them to a government building? Why are you instead spending government money to put them up in hotels? It is all about fucking money laundering. I've said it since day one. They don't care about our safety. It's a way to get money circled and cycled around back into the pockets of the people they want the money in, whether it's themselves or it's bigger corporations, it's leaders everywhere else. The people who own, I'm pretty sure it's the Roosevelt Hotel in New York where they're housing these people, and they spent like $220 million so far. Pakistan owns it. It's not even a United States or an American establishment. It's a Pakistani establishment. And so that money that's being sent over to them, you have to step back and think, why is this how the government is doing these things? If you know that you have open spaces and you could easily put them in there and it would not cost you anything extra because you're already paying to have these spaces, why would you instead spend millions upon millions of dollars to house them in other locations, in other cities, in areas where it's not safe, and in areas where it's not even American companies who are benefiting from it, it's foreign companies who are benefiting from you renting out their spaces? Hello, money laundering all effing day. It is all about that deep state bullshit. And this is why, again, they don't want Trump in there, because it's not just going to hurt the pockets of Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, all of them. It's going to hurt the pockets of these other leaders in other countries that are getting weird, evil kickbacks from everything that we are allowed or we are allowing here in the United States. I'm just saying, y'all, that's hello. Like, that is not okay. That is not okay. Not okay. I think that's it, because my head is still kind of spinning and I've done too much and I've given myself a worse headache. Whew, y'all, I love you. And no, it's not a hangover. I didn't drink anything yesterday. I love y'all immensely. I'm going to let you get along with your day on your Sunday. I might see you later. I might not. And if not, I love you immensely and I hope you have a very good day. I'm going to go hang out with my family and friends before they leave tomorrow. Today's the last day. We're going to go clay shooting, so that'll be fun. Oh yes, Sarah, C-bands. She said, put on the C-bands. Look, girl, I got them right here. They're going on my wrist as soon as this is done. I am not at all sponsored by these people, but when I tell you, I have these everywhere because they work amazingly. I mean it. $8 at whatever place you go to, Target, Walmart, whatever. And anytime you get motion sickness or dizzy or hungover, you throw these jokers on and you'll be fine. Putting them on right after this. So thanks for the reminder, Sarah. I love you for it. You guys have a great day and I'll see you again later. Bye, guys.